As a small biz pro, I saw we roll, using procurement, program and control. As a small biz pro, I saw we grow, using procurement, program and control. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur.
LaTanza Price. LaTanza, what a beautiful name. I don't think I've met anyone
Oh,
named LaTanza
so I'm
before.
the first.
Beautiful
That is
name.
great. Thank you so much. It is unique. It's been unique all my life. So I'll hope to meet another LaTanza at some point. But yes, maybe when I have a
Yeah,
daughter.
I
Pass the
yeah, you
legacy.
got to name your daughter to get the someone. It was like when I was a little girl. Crystal at that time was pretty unique. It's very common now, but
Yes.
I actually can based upon the error and the way they spell Crystal, I can determine whether or not they're what era they were born in.
Oh,
Because of the way this, yeah, and what was going on at the time. So I do understand having a unique name as you're growing up.
yes, it is. It's a beauty and a curse at the same time.
So welcome to the show. So you have Priceless Moments is an event planning and production business.
Yes, Priceless Moments is basically your full house production from event management to production to vendor inclusion to vendor detail. Whatever you could think of within an event, we basically service and do. We have been accepted since 2017, and we have definitely strove and just, made some great accolades with clients and corporations and just entertainment sector as a whole.
Yeah, I knew there was some synergy between Lynette and yourself.
Yes.
That is pretty awesome. So you were in corporate America and you started your business in 2017. And what inspired you to do that?
I would say I've always had a passion and a heart for just operations and logistics. It's been in my corporate sector, it's been in my roles, my positions. And when it came down to it, we can work as hard as we can and do what we need to do, but at the end of the day it's something very important in entrepreneurship as well as legacy. And for me, I've always just had this natural just connection to basically making moments and celebrating the positivity throughout the year as well as just highlights and achievements. So when it came to Priceless Moments, it was literally a no-brainer. It formulated, I would say the name took a little bit longer to conceptualize, but in terms of the vision and the mission of what we do, it was pretty much easy once I got to a point where it was like, I need a legacy, I need something to pass on, and most of all, something that makes me happy from within as well as, obviously externally with which is, executed through my event. So it's a passion, and Priceless Moments is literally my baby. I sleep, breathe, and eat Priceless Moments, and I'm just so excited for what's to come and what we've already done.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Excellent. So you're currently involved in a program at GLAC called the Business Evolution Program, or BEP. Do
Yes.
you want to share some of that information? Tell the audience a little bit about it
Oh,
and
absolutely.
how it has benefited you.
Absolutely. GLAC has a phenomenal program. It is their business evolution program, BP. I have actually been a part of the program since this year, and I'm basically supported by resources, alliances, as well as a cohort that really not only triggers to what we see as entrepreneurs and in the day to day, but also providing resources to really provide sustainability as well as advancement. So I have had a great ride with GLAC in the BEP program. Gilbert has been extremely influential with his program, Small Business Pro. Literally, you can imagine when you're on the go and you're doing what you need to do, having all in one location, it is a lifesaver. So you have been extremely influential, but also, Brian Butts at Honda, GLAC with Angela, Naomi, and Chanel. It's an amazing program at whole, but also is very rewarding and beneficial. Now that we're in COVID, we're in this 2020 limbo of a year, and it is really elevating as well as advancing everyone who is in the program to really prepare for 2021, but also years to come. So it's phenomenal.
So how have you, so we know with events, you have been greatly impacted by COVID. So how have you pivoted in this time, in this season that we're in?
So we have definitely completely shifted our whole business model, our whole conceptual idea to physical day of, events to really virtual events. Been a huge support as well as ally, I would like to say, for, corporations and nonprofits who have galas and fundraising initiatives to support their cause. And really we've created that, whether it be a small production set in person while, exercising mask and, all of our protective measures, but also, providing outlets and resources for people to view and actually feel like they're being a part of something, since we can't normally socialize, as we know. So it's been extremely adjustment and a transition, but I feel that, we've been very blessed and fortunate to really have our recurring clients, but also take on some additional clients in COVID-19 through virtual and opportunities. So it's been a adjustment, but good.
Very
Well,
good.
the good thing is we're almost out of it. We're almost to 2020. Not the COVID,
Yes.
but we're out of 20. Almost.
Yes.
We have like 5 more weeks. We are out of 2020.
Yes.
Can't wait to get out of it, huh?
I can't wait to get out of
We are
2020.
counting down, literally.
So LaTanza, tell our audience what Priceless Moments is all about, and how does it help them?
So, as I mentioned, we are a full production house, event planning and production firm. We basically specialize in your pre-prep, your strategy planning, to your day of full production house, including vendors, color schemes, event setups, centerpieces, and even down to your day of management. We do cater to a lot of different clients, but we are literally your one-stop all when it comes to you possibly just having a concept that you might not know how to fully execute, or you having a full concept and trusting somebody to fully deliver and execute. So Priceless Moments, we cater to corporate and entertainment, the social sector, and we are actually looking to expand and go into different markets. We are based in Los Angeles. However, I've had a opportunity to be in Atlanta. We'll be in Las Vegas at the end of this year, and we're exploring more and more cities.
Excellent.
So are you also, because a lot of obviously organizations and corporations are now doing virtual events. So are you guys doing it on other platforms beyond Zoom? Have you had any new contracts that because a lot of the corporations are uncomfortable with Zoom. So I know for us as a nonprofit, we've had to look elsewhere on being able to have a platform that they'll feel comfortable coming on. So are you doing some things like that as well in the digital world?
Absolutely. There's a lot of different platforms depending on the service and the need that is, but Zoom and Skype are our two normal, known, I'll say, digital platforms prior to COVID. And with COVID, there's like and video and different, YouTube, even depending on if you're kind of having an interaction of a presentation and then interacting that to your actual, clients or clientele. So there's different platforms that we do use, but I will say it is assessed by the event need as well as how large of a platform that we're really needing to, meet you where you want to be.
Excellent.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, because that's a big pivot. I even saw there's something that came through my feed today. I think it's happening on this weekend, tomorrow. They're having a drive-in movie. Some nonprofit is having a drive-in, so they're using the parking lot of the Baldwin Hills Plaza Mall, and they're obviously gonna put up a big screen, and then you'll be able to come in and I guess it's I would assume it's gonna be connected through your Bluetooth into your car, and then you'll be able to watch a movie. So it's really an exciting. Isn't that amazing?
It is. And to me, I mean, we're very creative, but also I would say it's something very beautiful in innovation, because things that you might normally, be like, oh, okay, that's too much, or this is like over the top. It's like, this is the exact year. And going into 2021, it's like, you want to be ahead of the curve. You still want to have, COVID friendly events or engagements to a point where people are not just stuck in their home. They don't feel like they have to, be in home with their doors closed or windows closed, and, all this. You still want to make fun, lively moments for people, whether they're tuning in, whether it's a small sector of, like you said, a drive-in movie where they're in their personal space, or whether it be simply just celebrating a moment and saying, hey, I want some human interaction. I want some social connection, and, doing what you need to do to protect yourself as well as enjoy yourself. So I love innovation. It's one of our highlights, but also hearing, different shifts like that is always a good highlight.
Right. And I can see future concerts being done like that. You can sit in your own car, or, be in a big area, have your own little picnic area like you would do at the Hollywood Bowl, but now it's right by your car. You're in your own private space.
Absolutely.
There's no, you're not, with the exception of the bathroom, that's the only time you're going to interact with people outside.
Right. Bring your own snacks, bring your own, libations or soft drinks, and have a great time.
Yeah, I think it's going to lend to some really innovative, fun, and exciting times, because we're not going to go back to our norm, to what we were accustomed to. So now it's going to really give you an opportunity and some real disruptive times. Right?
Yes.
You can really disrupt some industries, like Lynette is doing some disruption to industry. So that's pretty awesome. And I'm glad that you ladies are just really out there just doing your thing. I don't know if Lynette's back, but I would like to bring her back on, because I would like to find out, as a woman and as a businesswoman, and both of you have been in corporate America, what are some of the advantages and disadvantages of being in business for yourself? And Lynette's back on screen, so I'm going to bring you in, Lynette, and we're going to have that conversation. Gilbert likes to say he prefers to do business with women.
That's true. That is true. And do you know why, ladies? Do you know why?
Why, Gilbert?
Because you pay on time. You don't argue like men. A lot of men, they think they know everything, so they don't want to take advice and coaching. Women to me are much more coachable. So they'll listen, they'll take guidance and help us and allow us to help them run their business successfully. So that's why I like my clients to be more of the female persuasion than the male, because I don't have time to argue with them.
More coachable. So ladies, what do you see as an advantage for being an entrepreneur? And Lynette, you've been in both of you obviously have been in a very creative space that's less confining than, say, office buildings and things like that.
One of our guests, Alfred, said, "Yeah, me too. I prefer to work with women. Smart man."
Yeah, smart man. So what would you guys say is the advantage for being in your own business as women?
Any one of you.
I'll go ahead and speak on it. To me, I think a highlight with being a woman entrepreneur, the beauty is I feel that women are inherently great with organization and structure. So when it comes to a business and the idea of moving parts that are a part of a business, I think that it's a beauty to elevate and expand and, blossom your business as a whole. I feel like, when it comes to a business, filing a sole proprietorship, a LLC, a corporation, whichever, which is within your industry, I feel like that could be very simple in a sense. But I think the sustainability in keeping your business is really driving the force, as well as making elevation within your business. And I feel that women do a great job with seeing all moving parts to make that happen. So I would say that that is a great highlight.
Okay, awesome. And
Oh,
Lynette?
oh, Lynette, what would you say is your reason? Can you hear us, Lynette? Oh, you're probably on mute, huh?
Yeah, are you on
We
mute?
can't hear you.
Okay, I'm good
There
now.
there
Okay, there
you
you
Okay.
are.
go.
So I kind of get a kick out of the underestimating that happens a lot with women.
Mm,
Just kind of going into different rooms and having different conversations. And the funny thing is that sometimes you can't tell if someone has been underestimating you until they respond on something that you've done. Like, wow, well, I didn't know. Oh, so what were you thinking before? So there's always little things, right? Well, damn, what did you just think I was just like, you know? So I
They just
keep
didn't
it
know.
real, and they just it's the response. Like, wow, why are you this shocked? Why? Because you were thinking whatever that you were thinking. So on some ends of the spectrum, a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, I'm encountering these roadblocks. But regardless of who you are on your background, there's always different roadblocks, for different things. And I think when women win and when women really come to the table and really bring everything to the table and just show up and show out, I feel like we get even more of like, of the riches of the world, because a lot of times we're not expected to, so it's
Mm.
just like, oh, wow, all right, you really know your stuff. Yeah, let's really help you out. Let's really help to push you forward. So I've gotten some good stuff in that perspective.
Over the last 17 years, women-owned businesses have increased 67%. Women-owned businesses starting up, right? 67%. And 30% of small businesses are women-owned businesses. Now,
hmm
there is
Wow.
a reason for that because, as I say in my classes all the time, women get paid 70 cents on the dollar. They never get treated equally as a male entrepreneur. So that's part of the reason why they
Hmm.
have to venture out into starting their own business in order to determine how much they want to make. Because if you're working for someone as an employee, you can't get rich by working for someone. You can't. You just can't. Right.
Right.
But as a female entrepreneur, you can determine how much money you make. So that's another reason why you see so many more women are entrepreneurs today, which is amazing.
I also think Alfred with LaTanza, Alfred would like your contact information. I
Oh,
also
absolutely.
believe.
It's
I
it's in the
also
it's in the chat, Alfred. I put her information in the chat. So
You did Lynette or did you do?
I oh, I'm sorry. I did Lynette. So
Yeah, you did Lynette.
I'll put Latanza's in there.
I
Thank you.
also believe I think exactly what Lynette has said. Sometimes they underestimate you, but there's also just as in corporate America, we make far less than men. But even in the entrepreneurial world, we make less than men. There's an amazing
Right.
report out there that I've read that it showed when men are doing are solopreneurs or even or employer have it that are employers, they make still double the amount of money that women make in that same space. So it's still we still got some roadblocks and challenges that we have to overcome. So Lynette or Latanza, what have been any of the challenges that you've encountered as a businesswoman or as a female entrepreneur?
I would say some of the challenges just early on is I would say small things come in well, big things come in small packages. And I would say when you're in the room, I have a lot of confidence. I have a lot of voice. I have a lot of power to my presence when I'm in the room. So sometimes it might be often, I guess portrayed like, oh, okay, well, who is this queen? Or, what is she doing?
Mhm.
Or why
Who
is
is
she
this? Who is
here?
this diva?
Who's
Mhm.
Just
not a
say it.
diva, but
Don't hold back. Just say it. Who is this diva?
not a diva, but I am a very confident woman. So it's like sometimes the perception, you can kind of see eyes, or you can see perceptions kind of staring or gazing. But I think at the end of the day, when you have a conversation and you actually see the bigger picture, and you get to know, I guess, me as an entrepreneur, but also, my business for what it is, it's like, oh, she's a powerhouse. She has some insight. She has some experience. And I think like that's I guess a beautiful shell that it might be portrayed at first until someone actually takes the time to actually say like, oh, okay, this is great. So that's been some of the challenges, but I always love to defeat and to basically, make things happen. So that's my drive. That's my passion.
That's
How about
awesome.
financial challenges? Do you have any financial challenges as an entrepreneur?
Absolutely. I mean, when it comes to grants and loans, we are, as African American or minority based, it is so hard to get those. And of course, businesses, of different backgrounds definitely say that they're doing something to support minorities and the efforts of, small businesses, but there's very few who actually do that, as well as award and support small minority based organizations. So I would say for me, I mean, we are always looking to expand. We are always looking to develop more within our team, as well as, our efforts. But if we don't have funds, or if every single event that we're bringing in supports our next move or future moves, then we're not really elevating to a point where the business is thriving and we have supporting operation to basically sustain that. So it has definitely been a struggle, but I'm all about positivity and keeping it pushing. So at the end of the day, I'm always going to make it happen. But I would like to see more opportunities out there for us to, I guess, in corporate America or just in sustainability to thrive without actually having to, go in different sectors to make it happen.
So
Fantastic.
4% of women-owned businesses get loans, right?
Mhm.
4%, and 4% of women-owned businesses also get government contracts. 4%, that's really pitiful. Okay. Now, that 4% is not just minority women, that's mostly.
All women.
All
Yep.
women.
Right.
Yep.
So if we're looking at minority owned women, that's probably going to be at a 1% or maybe 1.5%. So that is awful, super awful. So we got to work on trying to improve that. That's why we try to help to build women businesses capacity, help them to be business ready, contract ready, bank loan ready. So they're always in the ready position to take on an opportunity and be successful. So I just want to throw that out there.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
And
And
we are,
Lynette, what? I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, we are ready. We are contracted. We have certifications, and we are ready to really fulfill ourselves in that caliber of government contracts and, just that expansion. So we are always
Good,
looking for
good.
opportunities like that.
That
All
makes me
righty. So,
feel proud.
audience, if you know anyone that want to engage both of these wonderful female entrepreneurs, please, by all means, reach out to them. So, Lynette, what has been some of your challenges as you've embarked into the place of entrepreneur as a female entrepreneur?
Um,
I mean, is she still up? Wait a
Uh,
minute. I
it,
think you're still
go,
muted.
go ahead and unmute it again,
Okay, there you go.
Lynette.
You
Go
there?
ahead.
Is, is it unmuted?
It's still muted. Still muted. We can't
Oh,
hear you.
I'm not gonna touch it.
Oh, there you
oh,
Okay,
there you
are.
there we
go.
go.
There you
There
go.
you
There you go.
are.
There you go.
I think it's in your headset.
Okay,
I think
so
it's
one of the things, obviously being a woman, but then also being a Black woman, I think one of the biggest things has been just the systematic, just kind of fallout of not having just a family full of not necessarily successful entrepreneurs, but people who, had the positioning to do that. And so you see that a lot, obviously, more in like white families where like, you can talk to an uncle, he tried something and he might have, everyone tried a little bit of something so they can put towards the pot. And I think that, for me, I definitely got the, entrepreneurial, inspiration from my dad, because when I was younger, he did have a business. So I saw him kind of going through that process. I just kind of think of other folks where, when it comes to fundraising and all of that, they got an uncle with a little bit, so-and-so married this one and did a little bit. Like, we don't have that. And then also just the ground level talk about, finances a lot, and, to talk about these different opportunities. So that's something just, hopefully, the way we're moving, that'll just continue to generationally, kind of die out. Because I talk to my nieces that are like, 7 and 4 years old. I talk to them like real talk, the way that I wish that someone would have spoken to me when I was younger, in different times. So yeah, it's just that representation that, you can't turn back time, but I definitely know if, just having like more of a family support system, like a lot of white families do, I think that would have really helped push things further faster.
Yeah, I yeah, when you have a family that are entrepreneurial, then they can help guide you down paths, and the learning curve is different. So that helps a lot.
Yeah.
I know for myself as a woman entrepreneur, and I've been an entrepreneur for the last 30 years. I now at the age that I am now, I'm really taking a much more seriously than when I was a younger entrepreneur. And the work that I do is much more respected, but I had to do certain things to make that happen. I had to become very involved in the community, and I make a point of making sure that I have a lot of cross paths, so that people, and then I collaborate with a lot of people. And I think that helps as a woman, a female entrepreneur, is doing a lot of collaborative collective work, so that they can recognize what your talents and your skills are, and not feel that you're competing against them. So that's how I found it as I've moved through the pathway of being an entrepreneur. But when I started 30 years ago, I was the only one amongst all my peer groups that decided to take a step away from the corporate America. So I was a lone rider anyway. And so it had its challenges, trust me. But yeah, well, thank you, ladies. That was definitely you both are an inspiration. I teach young women how to be entrepreneurs. I am going to share this video with them. We have workshops and classes that are ongoing, that we do a summer, we do a biz institute. So we have about 6 or 7 young women between the ages of 13 and 18 that are looking to be entrepreneur. And I would love for you, we're virtual, would love for you ladies to speak to the kids, just so that they can see 2 young women that are really out here doing their thing, and took, were motivated enough and inspired enough and are passionate about what they're doing.
And look like them.
And definitely look like them, and closer in age to them than I am, and that they can see that this journey that they're about to embark upon is a good journey, and that they can go to college and finish college, but at the same time follow their passion and start a business of passion, and something that they enjoy doing. So if you guys would not mind, I'd love to. We meet a couple times a month. And the kids right now are going to be competing for a competition for $2,500 with Union Bank sometime in April. So Gilbert is speaking to them this Saturday, and he's going to talk to them about business setup and structure. And so I'd love for you guys to talk to them. I have a couple of young ladies that are creating products. So Lynette, that would be great. How do you get a product to marketplace, and what some of you guys, what were some of your challenges and your opportunities and your journey? So we'd love for you guys to do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because
Okay. Yeah,
it's
we'll do.
just
It's
like
a two-way
Lynette
learning
said.
street for sure.
It is, right? Just as Lynette, just like you said, if you don't see anyone entrepreneurial around you, you don't even know that that's an opportunity for you.
Right.
Yeah.
And
What?
most of us learn by observing others. As kids growing up, we learn by imitating. If you notice, when you have a sibling and you see that little sibling imitating you, it makes you feel so good because they're learning and they're they're mimicking you. And it's the same thing with entrepreneurship. If we can do some great things and they start imitating us, that's a great thing. So that's going to be great for you ladies. So
Oh yeah.
thank you.
When I teach kids and they go up and they do their power pitch and everything that I've taught them, or any comments or mantras that I have, and all of a sudden they're on stage and I hear my words coming out of their mouth. Oh my God, is that the most awesome thing?
That is so true. It makes you feel so good. One, that they're paying attention, and two, they're trying to emulate you. So that's a good thing. That's really good. And I know both of you ladies are going to be able to do that too. So thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you both for
Thank
being on
you.
the program, on the show. We really are honored and humbled that you're here. So, Lynette, are you making some fabulous Thanksgiving extravaganza or with superfood?
I'm putting in my request.
I'll, I'll do a quick plug. I'm in the latest issue of Millie magazine, which is bundled with Real Simple. It's 1 million circulation, and
Oh wow.
I've got a risotto recipe. They did an article on Black and Indigenous chefs on what they're doing for Thanksgiving. So I'll be posting that soon for people to be able to cook along as well. And if you subscribe to Real Simple magazine, you should have it, in your mailbox, I guess, this month. So that's
Send
Oh,
us
my
a,
cool
sister
as
send,
loves
well.
that
It's
send us
beautiful.
magazine.
send us a copy so we can post it on our website so we can brag about this wonderful, powerful woman who is on our show as a guest who is in this magazine. Okay.
Yeah, my sister is a
Yes, we'll do.
subscriber
We'll do. We'll do.
of Real Simple, and LaTanza, anything what's fabulous coming up for you
Okay.
that you?
Yay.
Yeah, what are you about to do?
What do you have going on, Latanza?
Well, for me, I actually I have a few virtual slash, I guess, miniature in person to a smaller standard, but I have a event actually going to be in Las Vegas, so that is coming up for December, and then I also have the Giants Den Powerhouse Soiree, which is going to
Yeah,
be basically the second week of December. So I'm going to
good,
close it out the year great, but
good.
definitely gearing up for 2021.
Well, you guys send us your promotional information material. If you have a
Absolutely.
video, that would be great. And you know me, I'm very big on videos. You go to my website, you see all kinds of videos. So I want to make sure you guys are doing the same thing too. So, because you know me, I love to brag about you guys. I love to brag about you guys. All right. If no one else is bragging about you, I want to be the one bragging. All right. So we gotta
he's
We
let
such a
them
he's such
know.
appreciate
a
that.
he's such a proud coach.
I'm so proud of them. It's unbelievable.
and Gilbert is
Yes.
very passionate about what he does, so that's
Oh
that's
yeah.
pretty awesome.
Oh yes.
Uh,
So
Erica Erica Bass says,
oh,
thank you, ladies. Happy I found you. Crystal and Gilbert, I need to reach out to you. Crystal, yeah, Erica, I'm going to reach out to you. I've actually been writing my course outline. She's going to put all my material in a course. I cannot
oh,
wait till that
okay.
happens, to my online course.
I
So
love
That's
that.
thank
great.
you, Erica. And Erica, we have to have you on the show as well. Before we close out, Gilbert, I want to share something. The Black Friday, which is the day after Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
the Barbara Lindsay, who is the founder of the Los Angeles Black Business Expo.
Yeah.
She is having a Buy Black event. I'm
Oh,
trying to find the thing right now. I am the mistress of one of the mistress of ceremonies,
yeah.
and also we want to make sure we encourage all Black businesses to support each other for Thanksgiving. So if you're going to be buying Black if you're going to be buying on Black Friday,
They better
please
be
let it
buying
be a
black.
Black person.
Better be
Black
buying
owned.
black. You know that
Let
that
it be a Black person that you're
you,
supporting.
that was supposed to be the original concept, but somehow, some way,
Got twisted.
the capitalists got it twisted and start making it focus on money instead of black.
Right. So can we please make sure if we're buying Black on Black Friday that you exchange your dollars with a Black person? I cannot
because
stress that.
because we want to keep it in the black community much longer than 6 hours. It's pitiful that our dollars only stay 6 hours in the black community. We got to keep it at least a week. At least a week.
At least a week. So I'm going to
At
share
least.
this real quick right now. So on November 27th, our virtual event is a $20 entry fee. So buy Black Friday. There are going to be speakers there, some phenomenal speakers, George Frazier being one of them. Marquise Allen is like, oh my God, that young man is just that's a powerful speaker, as well as vendors. There's going to be 30 vendors so that you can go and buy. This is all done on the Hopin event platform, and you will have a great time learning and sharing and playing there. And you might even see some people that you know, so it'll be a great time to network. So please go over to www.21labbe.com to sign up. And there's also a link that you can go to. So I will put the link it's on my website,
Yeah.
on the Business Zone website. But we would love for you to make this Black Friday a different Black Friday than what we've been doing in the past.
I like that.
We can only make the change if we decide to commit to the change.
That's true. I totally agree. I totally agree.
And so, as Muhammad would say, respect our dollars. And I'm going to put what's happening over here. We respect our dollars, and our dollars will respect us, and so
Yeah.
will other people. So that's just our mantra, and we're sticking with it. So if you guys have any questions, reach out to me. And ladies, thank you so much for being on the show this week. We wish
Well,
you
don't go yet, ladies, because we want to have you guys do a little testimonial for our show after we go off air. So stay online, okay? Both of
and
you.
then I just want to put over here in the chat box the link up. And if anyone's looking to be a vendor, the vendor deadline is on Tuesday. So you can also reach out on this website and become a vendor.
So I want to give shout out to some of our listeners who are very loyal. They've been listening to us every week. Alfred Foster, you're the man. Thank you so much for supporting us. Erica Bass Filmans, thank you for checking in on watching the Business Zone. Barbershop Conversations, thank you for tuning in. Veronica, thank you so much. And Pat Langford, and all of the great supporters of this program. Remember, the Business Zone is on every Friday from 3 to 4. You can log into our website at the Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert.com, or you can go to Facebook Live or YouTube Live to watch us. And Crystal, we've always been looking for people to subscribe to us. So you want to tell them a little bit about the subscription program?
Yes, so go over to our YouTube channel. It doesn't cost you a dime. Hit the subscription button. I talked to someone today. We want to grow this station because we want to monetize this station, so we can continue to come back and bring you these great individuals that we've had on the show and all the fantastic information and resources that is provided in this environment. So go on over to our YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button. We will be very grateful to you. Also, tune in every Thursday afternoon at 11 a.m. for my other program called the Community Business Briefing. There you will find out what funds are available out there for you during this time. If you've had a PPP loan, there's someone there every week from PCR, Pacific Coast Regional Center, that will help you with your forgiveness loan package, as well as so many other people coming to us telling they're at the table where the decisions are being made, and we're on the menu where the decisions are being made, and they're helping us, teach us how to navigate. So tune in every Thursday at 11 a.m. on Facebook. We're live there. And I actually got another podcast about to start in December. So I have 3 programs online.
You're sure you're not Jamaican? You got 15 jobs, man. What's up with that?
15 jobs. So, and finally, we want you in the resource guide for 2021. This is going to be a commensuratory and a kickoff of an amazing resource guide into Black Business Directory, and we want everyone in it. So please reach out to me to find out how you can make that happen. The deadline is December 18th, and we don't want to leave out anybody. So please reach out to us. So with that being said, we are going to call today, come to an end of the show today.
A successful day.
With our
2 powerful women.
Yes, and my plants are calling me. They need water. So before it gets too dark for me to water them. And so we're going to end the show. So you guys have a safe holiday weekend. We're dark next week. So we will have no show next week, next Friday, because everybody's going to be recovering and hopefully buying black on Black Friday. And we don't want to interfere or disrupt that process at all. So we'll be back on December 4th. And you guys be safe. Put your mask on. It's very dangerous out there right now. And we want everyone to go into 2021 healthy and safe. So thank you, ladies. Don't go anywhere yet, but we're getting ready to sign off for the week. And you are tuned into
The Business Zone with
Crystal
and Gilbert Buchanan, your small business paramedic. We're out.
We're out.
As a small biz pro, I saw we roll, using procurement, program, and control. As a small biz pro, I saw we grow, using procurement, program, and control. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur.